In 2012, the Republic of Ghana, a country along the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the sub-region of West Africa, spanning a landmass of 238,535 kilometers square, bordered by the Ivory Coast in the west, Burkina Faso in the north, Togo in the east, and the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the south, was at a crossroad in its democracy.
Less than 2 weeks from now, Ghanaians will be electing a new president.
Keeping the country's democratic credentials intact so that
of the gun is what works in Ghana, and God knows what will happen after that.
First Samuel chapter 14 verse 6 says, "And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over to the garrison of this uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by a few." This was the heart plea of a young architecture graduate from KNUST in January 2012 after a mission trip organized by the Excellent Youth Outreach to Bedema. After the mission trip, few of the team members who later served as the first coordinating team continued to Tamale in the northern region. Some of the communities visited were Zamashegu, Nabila, and Jimba. It was disheartening to discover that some of these communities had no schools, while others did not have one educated person. Nabila, for example, had a school building but no teachers. It was here that this strong burden that was received by Riches Okai was shared with her friends Kate Azuma and Atumafo to send Christian National Service personnel to some of these communities to serve their spiritual and educational needs. It later was discovered that many other communities had no schools and churches and were largely unreached with the gospel of Jesus Christ. The late Billy Graham said, "One of the greatest priorities of the church today is to mobilize the laity to do the work of world evangelism." Six people signed up for this great assignment. Like the big six fathers who became the foundation stones of this great nation, Ghana, so did Miss Sandra Amwa, Raymond Angel, Bismarck Apenkwa, Salome Kwa, Sarah Ameao, and Christiana Koko. These six lifted up the cross of Christ in the Kumbaland and some Dagoma communities, preaching the message of reconciliation. The Kokumbas are said to have originated from Yindi area, but were driven north and south to their present locations by the Dagomba. Due to the cavalry advantage of horses, this was easily accomplished by the Dagombas. It is said that it happened between the early 1400s and early 1500s. Christianity was first introduced to the Kokumba land by the Assemblies of God in about 1931. The Catholics came in 1960, and since then, other churches have been planted in this area. Joshua Project reports showed that of the 378 districts, over 300 have no church and no Christian witness. Great work by One Way Africa led by Reverend Ray Mensah, is bringing about great light in these areas. But the Kokomba community is just a fraction of the great need in the 5 northern regions of Ghana that the church in the south must attend to.
My name is Sandra Paluku. I joined Operation Serve in 2012 when it was founded back on campus in KNUST. When I was approached by the founders of Operation Serve, I thought of it as an opportune thing to do, to show my appreciation to God for protecting me, taking care of me, and loving me while I was in school. So I went on to serve in Big 3 as part of the first envoy. And then when I got to the field, my major shock was the extreme lack of basic amenities, and even how scanty their food items were. Like that, there are not many to choose from. But looking back, I think that it was all part of the package. It was a learning experience. Yes. The few days after we had spent a few days, somebody approached us that the house that we lived in had an idol, specifically where we cooked. So and the day that they told us, that night, I saw the thing just like project itself coming towards me in my room, and I was like, dude, we have been here with you, didn't show anything. Only now that we know that you're here, you want to show something. Get out of here. And then that was it. So that showed me the power of God. That showed me that we've come with God. My closing remarks will be that signing on to Operation Serve is a lifetime opportunity. It makes you know God up close, and it gives you an opportunity to present your life to Christ for Him to do something beautiful out of it. Thank you.
Through the unflinching, determined sacrifices of young men and women who in Operation Serve quarters are referred to as legates, this work is being done gradually. More than 170 personnel from 5 African countries have been trained and dispatched to serve in several communities in the northern regions of Ghana. Most of these legates serve as teachers and missionaries. In 2012, 6 gallant heroes were brought in by the Lord of the Harvest. This we affectionately call the pioneers. In 2013, the forerunners. 2014, we they formed team. 2015, we are not alone, Jesus is with us. 2016, Jesus reigned. 2017, one team, one spirit. 2018, unashamed. 2019, we conquer. This year, in the face of the worldwide bedlam as a result of the COVID-19 virus, 19 missionaries were brought in by the Lord of the Harvest, of which 15 are now serving in the 5 northern regions of Ghana. As rightly said by Steve Moore, the Great Commission is too big for anyone to accomplish alone, and too important not to try to do it together. We want to encourage all and sundry to come together, that we will deploy more of our youth into the field of souls. God bless you.